Hey, my little sugar woogers. What's up, my beautiful butterflies? Come on in the building. Ms.V is on the sofa tonight. I told y'all, if I just made it through this evening, that's all I wanted to do. Is just make it through the day. And I did. I made it. And I'm intending to stay in this house and get this cold together and not really go anywhere this weekend. I'm not choosing to go anywhere. Hopefully I can make it to church on Sunday. If I can't, that's all right too. Yeah. I'll give y'all a few minutes to get into this building. I got this incense burning. Eucalyptus and something. Hey Sting, how's it going, Sting? You had a good day? It was all right. I laid low in the back of the bus today. Once I got back to work, I had an extra assignment to do. Check all buses for no kids left behind. It took me about 10 minutes to do that. It was only 5 buses, so instead of going to get the little golf cart, had to walk over there, get it, and come back. I decided, I'm just going to walk around. There's 5 of them. And they're in one row, 2, or 3. So that's what I did today. Hey, Latina, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yes, ma'am. How are you feeling? I feel like I got a cold, Sting. That's what I feel like. Yeah, but I've been doctoring on it. I got all kind of pills here on this stand to take, and I'm trying to take them as directed. So by Monday, I should be feeling much, much better if I don't get out around people. And I thought about it on the way home. I don't really have no reason to get out around people this weekend. So I'm going to be a sick and shut in and just hang here in the house this weekend, not do much of anything. Yeah. So y'all saw the title. I'm trying to let other people get in. And we're going to talk about this tonight because I saw this behavior at work today and I'm like, nah, it's all over the world, I guess. I just never paid it any attention until I started watching YouTube. And now I know so much about it and I can just see the behavior and just point it out. Man, get away from them. They are not for you. Hey, Kendra's Corner, how you doing? Praying you get to feeling better soon. Thank you, Kendra. I appreciate that. Hey, Real Spills, how you doing? And thank y'all for the hearts and roses y'all are bringing in. Yep, so I'm just doctoring on me and trying to get rid of this inflammation because it's got to be inflammation. The hand is still a little swollen. And it's amazing how it goes from side to side. But I'm going to get the black seed oil that somebody told me about in the chat this morning. I'm going to go to the health food store tomorrow and get it and start taking it. Because Arthur is truly trying to take a ride with Ms.V. Look at the difference in the 2 hands. See it's like water underneath the skin. Yeah, and it hurts. So Arthur better take a break and go on find him somebody else to play with. That's all I can say. So let's talk about, have you ever dealt with this type of person before? And I'm sure by now most of us have. How do you get rid of them? Personally, how did you get rid of them? And we're talking about the narcissist tonight. Narcissistic behavior. Because I saw it play out at work today. And I was just sitting there saying, wow, lady, you're never going to win. Give it up. She's got the floor. She's got the attention of the room. That's what she wants. She wants to go back and forth with you. Your best bet would be to say, yeah, you're right, and just leave it alone. Let them win. That's all they want to do anyway. They have the support. Trust me, when they coming for you, they already got their support team. They come into a chat like this. and they prey on what you will bring to the table, Sting. What are you bringing to the table? How can you help me, Kendra? I think I can use Joy to do this or that. They're never going to work alone. They have to have an audience, a big audience around them. And they capture the attention of people they can use and manipulate their little minds. They want fans. They want followers. They're not interested in you if you're not agreeing with everything they're saying. Nobody is right all the time. So my suggestion is don't defend, don't explain, or correct them, and you'll be better off. Now, if you just a back and forth type of person, then that's what you need to do. You need to keep defending, because every time you say something, they're going to come back with something else. And it's just going to keep going and going and going and going. It's never going to stop. But if you act in silence and you walk away from it completely, just wash your hands of it and walk away, only a fool is going to talk to himself. That's it, and that's all. They're never wrong. You can't educate them. And the only thing they'll do for you is drag you down to their level. That's it. They're deflecting. All of it has come from childhood trauma. Something happened in their childhood, and they grew up this way, and they feel like this is the way of the world. They know deep down inside a lot of things they're doing and saying is wrong. But for as long as they can suck you into it and you are backing them and you are pushing it, whatever their goal is, they're going to keep doing it. They got you then. And once they got you, it's for life. The only way you get out of it is that they walk away from you. Otherwise, you're stuck. So allow them to take themselves out. Don't you try to do it, because you're never ever gonna win. Let me get the chat back up. I think it stopped on me. Yep. Okay, let me see what y'all are saying and speak to y'all, and then we'll continue on. It's an arthritis cream called Two Old Goats. You know, Kendra, I had some of that at one time. I buy it for my mom for arthritis, and it works miracles, as she says. Okay. I remember having it. I'm going to find it tomorrow with the black seed oil. Okay, because it did work. Manifestors in the building tonight saying, yes, indeed. Leave them alone and ignore them totally. Exactly. You got it. So obviously you have come in contact with a narcissist somewhere along the way, because you've already figured out you cannot win with those people. You're wasting your breath. You're wasting your time, your energy. You could be giving it to something else or somebody else. It's not worth it. And they don't have what you have. So it's a little bit of envy there. It's a little bit of jealousy there. When people just come and do things to you for no reason. You don't even know these folks. And you try to treat them nice or whatever. And the next thing you know, they done turned on you and put all your business out there in the street. That's why I don't talk to a lot of people about what I'm going to do. When you know it, it's already done. And I've been that way for a long, long time. I don't need to come to anybody to ask them their opinion of anything, especially if I'm buying a Lamborghini and they've never owned one. Why would I come to them? If I'm buying a home and they've never owned a home, how can they tell me anything? What they heard? Because they sure don't know. Kendra says, I know plenty of people like that, Ms.V. Just let them be. Exactly. They are very dangerous. You took the words out of my mouth. Very dangerous, because they will stop at nothing to prove their point. And the point is petty, and it really doesn't make any sense whatsoever. When you stop and you look at the argument of what they're arguing about, how is that going to help you? How is that going to put food on your table? How is that going to pay a bill? And those are questions I think you should ask yourself when you're dealing with these kind of people. Let them go. Carolyn says, totally ignore them. That gets them better than anything else. Yeah, move in silence. Move away from them and move in silence where they don't know what you're doing. They don't know who you with. That bothers them. Because the initiative when they set out to come for you was to get control over you. Get into your head. Find out who you are. And manipulate you to the fullest. It may be giving them money. It may be giving them something that they need from you. That's the reason why they're fooling with you. And they're going to get very close and they're going to make you feel like you're family. You're the best friend in the world. Be careful. Because they're never going to do nothing for you unless it's with somebody else's time, money, and energy. It's not coming out of their pockets because they don't have it. They got it from you. Yeah. They're great talkers. They're great liars. They're great scammers. And they're thieves. They're stealing something from you. I don't care if it's just your energy. Yeah. They're going to take it. Okay? They're very insecure people. Very. But again, it comes from childhood. Something happened right after they start talking and walking. They're just very insecure people. And they will get everybody around them and on their side. And they will tear you down to nothing. And smile in your face whenever you're around. Those are manipulators. People like that will ask you a question and then tell you the answer they want to hear. Exactly, Kendra. Tajista says, I have dealt with narcissistic men. The day I figured him out, I fasted 40 days, Ms.V, because I was dealing with the devil. They are the devil. And they will do some devilish acts on you. Exactly, says Manifest. They were abused as a child and it continued on into adulthood. And they can't shake it without help. They need talking therapy to let them know where their problems lie. Ain't no medication out there going to change who they are. They are who they are. And you can find narcissists that have two parents that are nothing like them. They may have gone back in the DNA and picked it up from somebody. Or it could have been a learned behavior. But it's very, very dangerous. Whoever said it, I agree. Okay? You can't shrink yourself either and fall into the trap. Because like I say, you are stuck. And they will keep you there and hold you there. They're great talkers. They're great entertainers. They're great liars. They're great thieves. They are. All of the above. You might have something else you can say about them. They're always going to come around and pick up more people just like them, who think like them, who act like them. And they can't get along with anybody. They'll be with you for a little while and then they're going to move on over here. But they're going to take people from you when you over here and they're going to put them in that circle. Okay? And then when they come over here, they're going to get some more people. So it's just a pattern just repeating itself every day. And they're the most miserable people you've ever been around in your entire life. They're never happy. They're always complaining. They're always cussing, fussing, and raising hell. They're always putting somebody down. That's who they are. I stripped that narcissistic mask off and he's been mad since. Oh, yeah. You got to stay out from around him, Tajista, because when they get mad, they stay mad. There is no letting up unless they can wean you off of whatever you own and suck you back into their life, and then they'll manipulate the hell out of you. Let me go on down. They find everything wrong with others, especially others who have excelled beyond them in life. Correct. They'll never have what you have. And basically, it'll come out in conversation. I was dealing with a family member who told me this person was mowing the yard and pulled over and came and told me, "You got more money than me." Out the clear blue. So while you were mowing the yard, that's what you were thinking. Well, why did I need to know that? And why did you need to tell me that? What am I supposed to do? You older than me. You had the same opportunity I did. You made bad choices. And now you're an old person. And you've convinced all these people around you that I'm not the good person. I'm the bad person. But I live my life totally independent of you. These people are codependent. Very codependent. And they have to have someone to talk about. They got to drag somebody down by saying something negative about them. I don't care if they just met them. They're going to find something. It could be the shoes on their feet. The teeth could be a little crooked, where an ordinary person wouldn't even think about that. They would be, "Oh, that was a pleasant person." So what if that teeth are a little crooked? What does that have to do with how they treat you? But they'll get on that and stay for an hour. They making too much money. They ought to go get their teeth fixed. They doing this and they doing that. But then you're looking at them and you're looking at all the flaws they have. That's what just disturbs me. To just to say, "Ms.V, did the kids hurt your hand?" Or it's arthritis. To just, "My kids were so good today." I think they sensed that I wasn't feeling good because I wasn't moving around. I wasn't talking to them. I spoke to each one of them as they came on the bus. I did my attendance and I just kind of sit in the back and I had a blanket wrapped around me. And I just told them as they come in, "Buckle up. I know everybody can buckle up. Now, y'all have already proved that to me." And they did. And they were very quiet this evening for whatever reason. When they all got ready to leave, "Good evening. I'll see you later. Have a good weekend, Ms.V. We love you, Ms.V. They always tell me they love me. Yeah, no matter what has expired, in the end, they love me. And that's what makes my day. Yeah. They could have been the worst children in the world that day, but in the end, they love you. And they telling their parents about it also. I'm starting to see them in places now like Walmart or CVS and places, and they're running across to me and hugging me. And the parents then will come over and say, "Oh my God, you are Ms.V. He talks about you or she talks about you every day. They really love you." I said to myself, "Okay, we're going to see, Christmas is coming." They will deceive you tremendously. Yes, manifest. Holistic is in the building. Ms.V is turmeric and its active ingredient, curcumin, may have anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, antioxidant, and other benefits. I have some of that in the cabinet, and I've taken that before. Holistic. The only thing I found with it is it made my teeth orange, and I had to kind of like bleach my teeth back. Go get that. Which toothpaste is it? I think it's by Colgate. It has some bleaching stuff with it, and it's 2 tubes, and you brush with one and then you bleach with the other to get the orange off. It really stained my teeth. Yeah, but it's probably good and anti-inflammatory ingredients in there, holistic. And I appreciate you coming in to say yes, they do. Myra, that's what I think by Aunt V strapping them in and doing more movement with her hands now. No, Myra. I don't think so. Because I think it would be both because I use both hands. I think it's arthritis, Myra, because last week it was in this hand. And I've used my hands all of my life. Most of the jobs that I've had to use my hand, especially those 17 years in the beauty shop. I'm surprised I don't have carpal tunnel. And this may be the beginning of it. I don't know. But I'm at that age where stuff like this is going to start happening. So I just got to stay on top of it. That's it. But just to buckle up, I mean, you buckle in your car all the time and you don't hurt your hands buckling up. Manifest says they are petty and low life individuals. Trust me, I know. You've come in contact with them then. Okay. They're losers also. Never had anything. But they want to present themselves like they've done this and they've done that and they used to this and they used to that. And maybe they were with someone else who did it and they just happen to be in that presence. But did they do it themselves? And they usually don't do anything on their own. No. They don't have it to do. And you can see a behavior change in them once they start getting a little something. The bragging starts to come out. They start showing a little money then. Their lifestyle doesn't change very much. They still in the old rundown, beat up place they used to stay, driving the same old rundown, beat up car. They got some piece of man in their life that puts up with them and tolerate them, but he's useless too, because you wouldn't be having to do all the things that you're doing if he was really providing for you. Think about it. They are petty and low-life individuals, trust me, okay? Hey, Charlene, how you doing? Thank you for the hearts and the roses. I appreciate that. Kendra's Corner said, I don't fool with people like that because them kind of bring my crazy out. Yeah, they will. Because they don't know when to quit. They just go on and on and on, day after day, month after month, year after year, and they build up a big hatred for you, and they try to turn everybody around you against you. That's the whole goal, in order to suck you back in, to manipulate you. You got to be careful with them folks. They're dangerous. They always deflect the situation to you to try and elicit a response so they can then carry on further with their total nonsense. Yep. And most of the time it is nonsense and it's childish behavior. I don't like you because you like this person. Are you showing them more interest than you showing me? That is so childish. But in their minds, they're wrong. Yeah. Not really. Okay, let's see what else y'all are saying. Ms.V, this is a perfect topic. Okay, I'm hitting where you want me to hit, huh? Tajista. Hey, Carla, how you doing? Tajista, that's what I was trying to say this morning. Okay. Alice Cooper, how you doing this afternoon? There you go, Miss B. You called them out completely. True cons. That is why I watch folks. Yeah, you got to. More so than ever these days, with times as hard as they are, they'll use you up. You'll find yourself supporting and taking care of all of their needs and expenses and don't even realize it. You think I'm just coming out here bringing you content and you like me, and I tell you I need this or I need that, and then y'all start just dropping money in the chat. I'm manipulating you. You should be able to want to support if you choose to support. That's not how the game should be played. They're playing on you is what they're doing. Carolyn Allen, absolutely correct. Deflecting is what they do, says Holistic. Sting says, my late husband was a narcissist. He did everything wrong, but it was never his fault. They never. I told you my second husband was like that too. And he knew it. He would tell me, how messed up he was. And a lot of it was from his childhood. His father died real early of throat cancer. The mother raised them and provided for them. She was a social worker, and there was 3 of them. So she did the best she could do. And he was the oldest, so he got out early. Instead of even going to college, he chose to go in the military and get his education in the military. As the one that was in the Navy, under the water. So his whole life was kind of just messed up because he had to grow up too fast. So he became a supervisor, and he was a hell of a supervisor because everything was going to go by the book, his way or the highway. And he could defend himself against anything and anybody. You get tired of that. I did. Okay? Because I saw through it. And I said, if I can just get my daughter out of here and get her through college, and if she wants to go through the master's program, get her through that, and I'm going and live my life. Because really, you're living their lives. You're not living your lives. You being manipulated. You being controlled. You're trying to keep the peace. But it's never going to be any peace. Because you've got to follow every rule and regulation, and they do what they want to do. No concern about you at all. It's hard to explain, but it's true. I always mind, over 22 years, I put him out. You got to do what you got to do, son, to get out from under there so you can have a peace of mind of your own. And you probably happy you did. And now he's moved on to glory, and you free to do you. Hey, Sabrina Thoughts, good evening to you. Okay, Manifest says, and they will lie and say they'll never mistreated anyone. That's a lie. They mistreat you all the time because they got a purpose for even dealing with you. They're not just walking around, you thinking they're your friends. They are not your friends. They are manipulators. That's what they are. They're control freaks. They are coming into your life for a reason when they truly have done multiple times. I agree, Manifest. Kendra's Corner, absolutely. They possess a grandiose self-image of themselves in their own minds that isn't real. That's it. They don't live in the same reality that most people live in. It's all fictitious. It's all made up. It's where they want to be. And they don't ever show you anything because they don't have anything to show you. They might can go back and pick up a vacation they took, or they may can say, I bought this car in 1979 or 1982. Well, this is 2023. Okay. So you bought one new car. I get it. Never going to show you a decent place they've ever lived. Apartment after apartment after apartment. Where is your home? You never had a home. Never? Okay. Manifest. Exactly. I watch many of these folks on YouTube. They are straight cons, and many folks just fall into the traps. Yeah. They have to be somewhat like them, though, I would think, Manifest, to continue not to see the plays. Because it's pretty obvious to me. If you're bragging one day and then the next day you want your cash apps run up because you need a stove, or you need to get your car fixed, or you need to buy something for your home, they playing you. Oh, but you don't see that. Then forever get played. They see in you what's inside of them. I'm going to read that again. They see in you what's inside of them. And they try to pick the insecurities out of you, what you're liking. They're master manipulators. They see through you in conversations. And if you don't choose to follow along with them, they have no need for you. And they will boldly let you know it. But that's the best thing they can do. That gives you the opportunity to walk, run if you have to. Exactly. Okay. Carolyn says, hi there, Miss Carla. Temperature got to 76 today in H-Town. Cold weather. Please come back. Yes. You could feel the difference from the morning to the evening too, Carolyn, because I had on my down jacket this morning, but when I went back at what did I go back at? 12:50 today. I didn't even need a jacket. I have what I had on. I have a shirt on up under here that's long sleeve, and I can pull it down if I need some sleeves on my arm, and this jersey. That's it. That's all. Sabrina's thoughts is saying, I'm sorry. Hi, Carolyn Allen. I'm glad y'all are getting to know each other in the chat and, corresponding with each other. Hey, Derek. Hey, Ms.V. How was your day? I kind of got a little head cold, Derek, but I'm going to work on it this weekend and see if I can get it under control. And then I was telling them about Arthur is starting to ride here. So I got to get him under control also. I made me a doctor's appointment for the knees today to get the injection, but they can't take me until Wednesday. So I'm going to try to rub it with the different rubs I have and take the medicines that he's given me. I don't take this tramadol until I have to because I don't want to get hooked on it. I don't want to get to the place where I'm dependent on it. And then if you take it so much, it's going to stop working. So I take it when I need it. And I'm just trying to make it through to the summer so I can get some help. That was the key factor with my decision to divorce after 30 years, that narcissistic behavior. Yes, very codependent. Yes, it is. I saw that, and we were together 20 years. And probably should have left after the first 5 years. But like I said, I did not want my child to go through that. And he was very good to her. He was the daddy who had left. Okay. So I think I tolerated him longer because he was so nice to my child and treated her like that was his daughter. Even to this day, they have a very good relationship. I just can't deal with him. Amish cream can be ordered online. Okay, Manifest, thank you. Amish cream. I have to jot everything down. And that's for the arthritis. Okay. Kendra's Corner says, oh, Derek says, true indeed, Ms.V. And thank you for all the roses and hearts and kisses and laughter. I appreciate that, Derek. Make sure you get that 2 Old Goats cream too, okay? I think this is something you're just going to have to go through in aging. There's probably no cure for it. You just subside the pain. They felt your pain today, so they were quiet because you were quiet. Yeah, I think so. Who is that? Kendra, as I didn't say a whole lot. And when they got on the bus, they were kind of wired up when they got on the bus. And when the teachers brought out the ones who have to be brought to the bus, they said, oh, they were off the chain today. But I didn't play into that. I just kept my composure. Good evening. How you doing? This is your seat. Come on, get in your seat. Buckle up for me. Show me you can buckle up. You did it yesterday. Do it for me today. And that's about all I said to them. And when they got ready to get off the bus, I told them, have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. That's basically my conversation. And that's not usual. That's not typical. I take turmeric. I take the pills. Okay, Charlene, that might be better than it won't stain my teeth because it'll go down my throat. Can I get that at CVS or do I have to go to the health food store? Because it did help. Miss V, may you have a blessed Thanksgiving. And you too, Derek. I'm going to have Thanksgiving with friends this year. I'm not traveling home to be with family this year. I mean, I'm tired of traveling to them Look like sometime they could travel to me. So my extended family, I'm having dinner with them here in Texas. Um, Sting says, exactly, Miss V. My husband didn't have anything. What little he did have, I bought. They'll use you. I told you, they manipulators. Make a smoothie with almond milk. I got some in the refrigerator. And fresh berries. I got some of those in the freezer. And add a small amount of turmeric and drink it through a straw. Okay. And I got the turmeric in the spice cabinet. Okay. Good evening, Miss Renee Sharp. How are you? I wish you were on ScreenYard, Miss V. I have a testimony to what you said. Okay, the next time I come on, then I'll come on StreamYard, Sting. You know, I got so used to not using StreamYard because I never have panels. When I wanted to have panels, none of y'all wanted to come up and talk. So I just went back to the old way of doing things and paying for it every month. But to Gisty and there's a few others don't like for me to come on StreamYard and be behind the wall with a picture either. They want to look at my face. They want to look at my hand gestures and everything else. Yeah. Oh my word. I did the same exact thing. Got my children through school and college. I was offered a job of life and he didn't want me to take that 20K increase and fly me home every weekend because they manipulators. That's what they do, holistic. They want to control you and everything around you. And that's what I saw. And you will never let them, you will never get the truth from them. I don't know if they know the truth. Great liars. That crack really messed my husband up. His mind was trapped in the 80s. It was difficult to talk to him. He was out of date. Yep. They get stuck. Sting, I want to hear your testimony. Okay, I'm going to come on StreamYard the next time I come on, and we'll do like a part 2 of narcissistic behavior and let Sting come up and tell her testimony. Sting, I dealt with a narcissist for 22 years in the same, dealt with him every day up until he passed. Yes, and that hadn't been that long ago. When I first came out as a content creator, he passed then because I remember sending you a donation. I may have been out here maybe a couple of months. Yeah, because Sting has been over here forever. My husband was a number 1 narcissist. I never saw that, Carolyn. And he was around my ex-husband, who was a narcissist. Maybe that's how they became friends. And I actually met him during the storm. He came over to the house and we were barbecuing, trying to get rid of a lot of meat in the freezer so it wouldn't go bad and we would have food to eat. And I guess I didn't spend enough time around him. I basically spoke to him and kept kicking because they were together out there in the little man cave that he had. But they had a lot in common. I could tell that. Because if I remember correctly, he rode motorcycles, didn't he? And my ex rode a Harley, a fat boy. But he was never wrong. 10 years my junior. But he always was trying one up on me. 17 years of that behavior and I was out. Yep. You got to move on. You can't, people who deal with that for a lifetime become druggies, alcoholics. You can almost tell how a man treats a woman by how she interacts with people. Some women just love and can take abusive behavior. I'm not one that can do that. It affects me. I can't change who I am to be what you want me to be. No, we weren't meant for each other. We're not equally yoked. So let's just, okay, chalk it up as a mistake and let's just move on. Yes, CVS, Walgreens, Walmart. You don't have to get it from the health store. Okay, Charlene. I like to see my people live too, not behind the camera. Yeah, so you can see their facial expressions and you can just about read me a lot of times through my expressions. Whether I like something, whether I don't believe something, I can't help it. That's who I am. If it's shocking to me, I'm like, huh? You know, I can make some crazy faces. Um, Isha, how are you? You are a queen slaying. Okay, thank you. Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. That was his cover, Ms.V. Oh, okay. Like I said, I wasn't around him that much, but he and my ex had met somewhere out in the streets. But he came to the house quite frequently the last few years of his life. But they were always outside in the little man cave. They had music out there. They had TVs out there. They had a leather sofa and love seat out there, a bathroom out there, a little kitchenette out there, outdoor kitchen. So they never had to come inside where I was, and I never was out there with them. So I just really didn't get to know him other than, you know, what his name was, and he was always pleasant when he came around. That's all I can say about him. And was very shocked when he passed. Never saw any signs of him being sick. Bam Bam, how you doing? What's that star? That was his cover. Okay. Bam Bam, what you talking about? Next to your name? What star? Oh, they are members, Bam Bam. That's what it is. You can become a member over here and support the channel. Sting, I would love to hear your testimony because mine is crazy as hell. Well, maybe one night we just all get up there and hit the panel. I tell mine, y'all tell yours, and it is what it is, history, okay? And if we all have gone through it, that means it's real. Ain't nothing fiction about it. Sad to say, but he passed on to glory, yep. And I was truly shocked. He looked like the picture of health the last time I saw him. I didn't realize I was dealing with a narcissistic man till 9 years into the relationship, and I took my kids and left. I was not going to give him a minute of my life after that. Once you see it and you try and you see you're not going to be able to change them, they're changing you. But you can't change them. What's up, Prince? Okay, go ahead on. Get your phone call, Prince. Hey, Sandra Duncan, how you doing? Ms.V, I had to see a therapist and took trauma response course. If I hadn't saw it early on and made up in my mind how I was going to ignore it, that's why I'm so good out here on YouTube at ignoring stuff that don't mean nothing to me. It doesn't have anything to do with me. I don't care because I've dealt with somebody for 20 years that I ignored. I learned to ignore. So it was no confusion. A lot of times he would repeat himself and he would have to ask me, did you hear me? I would be like, oh no, I was thinking about something else. I got good at ignoring folks. You will never let them see, you should never let them see your truth. But you got to first figure out the behavior. It took me a little while to figure out who this person, because it was flipping back and forth from nice to bad, nice to bad. Not violent at all, not a fighter, but it was that lip service. And that can be worse than physical fighting you. Yeah. They're suffering internally inside with their own pain, and they're deflecting off of you. That's exactly what's happening. Yep. Let me see. Ms.V, I had to see it. Okay. Ms.V, I've never dealt with a narcissist. You think you haven't, but you probably have. If you've been out here on YouTube, you've dealt with them. Control freaks. Maybe not in your personal life, but somewhere on a job. Think back, Myra. There was somebody trying to manipulate you and control you. There was somebody telling lies on you. There was somebody you had to watch because their hands were a little, slippery, and they didn't know what was yours and what was theirs. All of that stuff is narcissistic behavior. To just I recommend therapy often to many. It says manifest. I myself. Sting says, when I was with him, I was in the ER every weekend. Thank God I haven't had to go to the ER since I left him. Oh, wow. And that's another thing. I know I couldn't stand that. A man fighting me, he has too much strength to be hitting on a woman. And if he love you, ain't no way he gonna hit on you. He ain't gonna want nobody else to hit on you. But I wonder about the men when it's a woman narcissist, how do they deal with her? Because everything's got to be her way or the highway. And a controlling woman, that's making you look like a little sissy, a little punk, to be with somebody like that. And they will just chip away at you, little bit by little bit, every day, until they lower your self-esteem to their level. Then that's when they got you. You got to show them that you see through them. And then once you show them, don't keep pounding on that. Back away until you can get away. That's the best advice I can give you. They're Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yes, ma'am. You don't know which one you're dealing with, and sometimes you might be dealing with both of them holistic. Ms.V, I really think you have Calvin mixed up with his brother Leonard. I might, Carolyn, because the only one I really know is Earl. And Earl has passed away now. And then the one that's down there at the security, I only know him because he's the security at the church. When he passed, he was remarried again to Julia Smither Tottenham. Oh, see, I never met her. I don't know anything about her. But I may have them mixed up. This one was kind of heavy. Not fat, but just a big man. Tall and big. Brown skin, nice looking man. Well, all the Tottenham men, I think, are nice looking men. But he was the bigger one of them, I believe. And I might be getting them confused. So you were married to Calvin. And you think I'm confusing him with Leonard. I could be, Carolyn. Manifest says, yes, Ms.V, I was an only child a long time, so I'm very good at ignoring, but still required therapy. I was an only child for 12 years, Manifest. And my sister and I are not that close today. We're just starting to really get close in our old age. It took years because she was so far behind me. We couldn't really do anything together. And then she left and got married and moved to Birmingham. So we weren't around each other that much. So we are just getting to that point where we are accepting each other for who we are. You don't see Prince on the chat. She's been in here. She said she had to go take a phone call to Gisty. To see a person with a problem is the perfect storm to be sucked into their pain. If you see them with a problem, don't fall for it. You got it right. Stay there too long and they're going to convince you that you're wrong. That's who they are. Ms.V, now YouTube, yes. Oh, well, then yes. And probably on some jobs too. As I've had several jobs with narcissistic behavior on those jobs. They wanted to be around me, but really couldn't stand me. They liked me, but they didn't like me. Now you make that make sense. And this person, I worked with her for 20 long years. And every time I go to days, she go to days. If I go back on shift work, she go back on shift work. And the last time they had us on the same shift, I was like, oh my God, I cannot with her. I was enjoying life out there because there was very few women in the lab, mostly men. And those men treated me so good. I would, had a small child at the time. They would run the samples, tell me when they finished, knock on the bathroom door. I wake up, come out there, put my samples in. and then cook while they go and run samples. I mean, I had it made in the shade, and here she come. Lord help me, Jesus. A nightmare. Manifest, I had to see a therapist. I couldn't recognize myself. Thankfully, I am doing well. Yes, to just, I never would have known it had you not said something. Okay. Yes, thing of the black scorpion, they can be very physically abusive and use the drugs as an excuse. It really wasn't the drugs. No, it was their behavior. I agree, Manifest. Sting says, no, ma'am, he never hit me. I was physically and mentally. Okay. Myra says, to just a damn, glad you got help for real and got away. That's the main thing. Get away from them. They're not going to get any better. If anything, they're going to get worse. And they don't want you to leave either. They love being able to control and manipulate you. The one I was with tried that often. Then I found out it was lies. Yeah, they lie a lot. Every other word that come out of their mouth is a lie. They got to protect their energy. They got to protect themselves. And basically, the only way they can do it is to lie. That's it. And just petty thieves. I told y'all I could go buy a pair of tweezers and leave them in the carton that they came in, laying on the counter. And be done forgot I bought them. And when you come back in, they done disappeared. You can be cleaning up and maybe find a key or something that belonged to them, a light or whatever, and put it in their drawer on their side of the bathroom. And there your damn tweezers in there that you forgot that you bought and put up there. You done went and bought some more. When all you had to do was put, I need tweezers on the list on the refrigerator. It stayed up there all the time. I pulled a list when I was going shopping. But that was too much like right. That's what I wanted him to do. He wasn't going to do what I wanted him to do. They don't do that. I'm at Kendra's Corner. There are many men suffering from this too. The women they love have found their weakness and presses it to get their every need met. Oh, is that how it goes with the women? See, I never did that. I always worked and made my own money, so I didn't have to go to him for money. Okay, you got your bills, I got mine. And he paid the bulk of the bills. So I took my money and put it back in savings and spent it how I wanted to. So we didn't have that problem about money ever. He'd say sometimes, you flitting around here like the grasshopper. I hope you saving your money. I said to myself, you ain't going to be here to know whether I'm saving it or not. So you worry about you. Don't worry about me. No, Earl is, oh, he is still living. Okay. The last time I saw him, we were out eating, my girlfriend and I, on a Sunday afternoon. And I guess that's his wife. He was in a wheelchair. And I didn't know that because this must have happened when I went to Baltimore. And he rolled over and spoke to me. Yeah. Myra, I knew something wasn't right and I had to be well to raise my kids. They are under 10 years old. Yes, ma'am. They come first. Okay. And you can always put him on child support or just get rid of him so you think clearly and you can manage your money and everything else yourself. You know what you got to do. Holistic says he was a great provider, but too controlling. Same thing here. Called me 1,000,000 times a day while I was working. He didn't want to work in the male dominant profession. I guess he had more control in the women's sector than in the men. This man ain't gonna put up with that. Not no real man. Hello, Lynette. How are you doing? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Hey, Sue K. Happy Friday to you also. Manifest says, yes, Ms.V, my siblings are separated that far as well. And my children love each other. However, they don't relate because of the years they are apart. Yeah, and that's kind of sad. It wasn't that way when my mom was alive and my dad, because they wouldn't have tolerated it. They believed in a family that ate together was supposed to stay together. And my mom's last words on her dying bed, I don't care if y'all don't have nothing but water and bread. You drink it and eat it together. Soon as she closed her eyes, my father passed on in 94. She passed in 99. It split. The real them came out, and I was like, wow, you saw this all the time. You saw the manipulation from his house to your mother's house when you were growing up in that house as a child. But in my wildest dreams, I never thought that it would get to that point where you just controlling the entire family. But it is. Lynette Miller is speaking to you, Sting, and welcome, Lynette. Get in the chat. Everyone, please excuse my errors. I am typing with one hand and in pain. Okay, what are you doing for your pain management, Manifest? Nothing worse than a woman swarming around your life. I've been going through that for years. It's so damn weird, I swear. Wow. Well, remove yourself and enjoy your life, Kendra. That's all I can tell you, because if you don't, you'll end up a miserable old woman. Miserable as hell, because you're going to be looking back at your life thinking, wow, I should have got out of this. I should have done this. I should have done that. And as you age, you're not going to be able to do the things you used to do. You're not going to be able to go to places you used to go. So get out now while you at an age where you can go and really enjoy your life. Let's see. Mental abuse is worse to me than physical. Exactly. I said that in the beginning, because they're in your head then. Okay. It's not like where they hit you and it hurt, but the next day it's over, or the next hour it's over. Okay. And you remember it for a while, but then once the pain is gone, that physical abuse is gone too, unless they break you up and cut you up or shoot you or something. But that mental abuse, they can really get into your mind. Those people are good at it too, playing mind games with you. You got to be strong, or you got to move out from around. That's all you can do. Ms.V. Amara, I am a member, but I don't have the circle with the star next to my name. Before I got this new iPhone, it was there. Myra, you might can help her with that. Myra's pretty good with that. Tell Carolyn how she gets the circle around her name, because I don't know. Manifest, and they want to dictate all movements in the home. What you buy, where you sit, how you stand, where you're going, how long you're going to be. But then they'll just walk out the door and say, I'll be back. No. So I started doing the same thing, walking out the door and not telling where I'm going. Then it became a problem. Where you been? Why you want to know? I ain't asked you where you went. Okay. Let's see. So we would not get along. No, you're not going to get along with them people. It's a front for the people. Carolyn, when you get the new phone, you may have to do it again. I know someone had to do that before redo your membership. So the membership funds are still coming in, but the little circle is not there. Is that what you're saying, Myra? I think that's what you're saying. I went to therapy for the emotional and mental and tried to keep up with Jones and purchase high ticket purchases without my consent. Wow. So it was the material gains, and most of them are into material things. I wasn't, he was. Men's hobbies are very expensive. He hunts every year in the fall. So you got to think about, there's a four-wheeler, there's a trailer, there's a new truck every couple of years, because you traveling from here to Mexico to go out to hunt. There's a deer lease fee. If they golfing, that's a green fee. If they fishing, they got to have a boat, tackle, and bait. All of their hobbies are much more expensive than yours. And what I would not ever let him do is tell me what I could buy and I was working. No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to tell me how to spend my money. So don't even start that. Let's just cut that, nip it in the bud right now. We're not going to do that. I don't tell you what to buy with your money. You're not going to tell me what to buy with mine. And then he was helping his mother and his family with his money. Okay? So therefore, if that's what you want to do, I'm not telling, long as these bills are paid up in here, I don't care. Do what you want to. Give them all of it if you want to. I was never used to that. Leave me to be handled things in the home. Yeah. Don't want to do nothing. They don't do that kind of stuff. But once you handle it, they might have something to say. Why you painted this color? You ain't here to know what color I'm painted anyway. You out there in your little man cave. Okay, you got it fixed up the way you want to for you and your friends. You not in here until late at night. You watching TV out there, you doing music out there, you doing everything out there. It got to the point where we had very, very little in common. Then when he went out and he bought the Harley, that brought in more motorcycle guys. Okay? And I'm like, let me go on about my business. But I am so glad that I didn't stop my life of traveling and seeing the world and doing the things I wanted to do. It didn't matter. I did that, so I have no regrets. I mean, a woman that's jealous of me. Oh, okay, Kendra. Get out from around her too, because she can be dangerous too. If she's jealous of you, there's no reason why anybody should be jealous of anybody. I don't see that. I have no reason to be jealous of any. I don't care if y'all have $1 million home and y'all have an entourage there of workers at the house, maids and nannies and whatever. Why should I be jealous of that? What I need to be doing is coming in here saying, manifest. Tell me how you did that, girl, because I want to be like you. Okay? But not get jealous of you. That's kind of crazy. So if you got that much, maybe you might want to share it with me. That's the way I look at things. And I'm glad to have somebody who has more than me. When you start traveling with them and when you start going out to eat, you ain't always got to pick up the tab. Yeah. I have stopped the pain pills and only doing tea in the morning and evening. I can't rub my arm because it's wrapped. I'll have surgery soon. Will be Wednesday. This Wednesday, manifest? Okay. My abuse was mentally. He would say stuff like, ain't nobody gonna want you. Oh, that's typical. That's typical thing. I've heard that before. Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna be able to deal with you but me. That's what I would hear. I said, okay. Who said I was looking? Ms.V, you must have read my mind today. I don't know. Holistic, like I said, this came about because of some narcissistic behavior I saw at work today. And I thought, let me bring this out. This is a good topic to bring out. I've kind of talked about it a little bit, but never in depth like we've gone through it tonight. And y'all have shared some of the things that have happened to y'all as well. Okay? You are slowly giving your life away when you are hanging on for dear life with these people. You got to show them you don't need them. And that's the best thing you can do. They'll be upset with you for life. They'll be on the run for you for life. And they'll always be trying to find something that's your fault, the reason why y'all are not together today. Who cares? You done moved on. And the people they talking to, you probably don't talk to them no way. Exactly. He was sent a message on Fridays when he got paid saying I might as well get mad now because he wasn't coming home. Okay. Well, that's why you had to go, buddy. May you rest in peace. Hi, LCD. How are you? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Holistic, I was feeling the same, says Tajisti. I think we all share lots in common if you've dealt with a narcissistic person before, whether it's a friend, a family, in a relationship with a guy or your husband or whatever, they all act the same. He never had anything in life. I had owned a home worked longer, though he was older, but he never managed his better. No, they're not good managers at all. They see what they want and they just go out and get it. And then their mind may trigger, okay, I watched this man buy a new truck, a trailer, a four-wheeler, and new guns and stuff to go hunting with, as if he didn't already have enough ammo in there to start World War III. But that's something he wanted to do. And this was all like in the spring and summer, because fall was hunting season. So he had to be ready. And it was a Jones thing. I've realized that two of the other guys that he traveled with had bought new trucks and stuff like that. A mess. Just a messed up mess. He didn't do well with his children like I did with mine, and thought he was going to listen to my calls. That was the final straw. Yeah, you come to that breaking point, Manifest. I think we all can agree to that. When you've had enough, enough is enough. I'm just tired of tolerating you. I'm tired of ignoring you. I'm tired of you being here around me. Just go. That is so true, Ms.V, says Lynette Miller. Yes, just out buying because purchased a motorcycle and didn't know how to ride it. And they can be dangerous if you don't know how to ride them, especially those Harleys. Those are some big bikes. Yes, the salesman has to ride the motorcycle. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Then you call me to pick him up. Rode the motorcycle a total of 5 times, just buying because somebody else, they're Jones. They buy because somebody else has and they want it too, so they can be on that same level. It's insecurity. Yep. When I first got married, my husband would leave his check on the dresser, says Charlene. He never cashed it. I would put it in the bank and I control all the finances. And that's a good thing because they mess over money. I know that from my relationship. They will mess over some money. Purchased motorcycle and didn't know how to ride that. Yeah, that's what she said to just in my mind, knew how to drive the motorcycle. But the Harley Fat Boy, I don't know how much you know about motorcycles. That's a big, heavy bike. You can physically hurt yourself really bad. If that bike falls on you, it's going to break up some bones. Yeah, and he wasn't a big man. He's tall, but not a big man at all. But that's what he wanted, so that's what he wouldn't got. Because other friends had the BMW, or they may had the a different type of Harley, which wasn't as big as that Fat Boy. Of course, he had to be the top of the line. I would see him sometime riding. He's always in the lead, way out front of them, and they're riding together. I said, look at this mess. Hey, Kayla, how you doing? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you also. Come on in the building, subscribe, like, and share. And we chat about different topics over here twice a day. I'm trying to get back on my schedule, Kayla. I'm not going to have anybody controlling me. Nope, not happening. It's a miserable life when you do. Manifest says, see that control not coming home on Friday. Yeah, knowing that that's the typical thing after a long week. Why aren't you there if y'all don't do no more than eat together and watch TV or go out and eat or do something? But you messing with my mind when you're doing that, because you're trying to make me think that you with somebody else, even if you're not. Yep. And they, like I said, they usually have alcohol and drug problems too. That's not uncommon. Hi, Anna. How are you? That's all right. When he got home that Monday morning, his stuff was on the porch and the police had already been called. Got rid of him. I recall coming in and I just told him this is not working and it's time for me to go or you to go. No, it doesn't matter to me. If you want to keep the house, I'll leave. If you don't want to keep the house, I'll stay. Make up your mind. He said he'd leave. I said, okay, fine. When you leaving? Oh, I don't know. I got to get myself together. I said, you got the New Year's coming in. January 1st, you need to be gone. Okay. And I just left and went to my sister's house. Then I came back on the 2nd of January and water was pouring out the door. He took the washer and dryer out the house and deliberately broke the little pipe that goes into the wall. And everything in the house, water had gone up into the sheetrock at least 5 to 6 feet. So the whole house had to be remodeled and taken down to the studs. $80,000 worth of work had to be done in that house behind him breaking that pipe, but he broke it on purpose because he was mad. Okay. Hello, ma'am. I'm blind, so I can't see you. I'm hearing you in chat and typing back, talk back. Okay, Immortal Warlock, thank you for coming in to chatting with Ms.V. The relationship was exhausting. I started finding myself being very loose at the mouth. They push you to that point. I mean, you can only take so much. You are human. And that is not your daddy or your mother. Okay? That's the way I look at it. Ms.V, I look forward for the 2nd chapter of Narcissistic Topic. Okay? To just to go get your glass. Hey, James Pearson, how are you? You're from Australia. I'm new to the stream. Well, welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Born in Moscow. My original name was Makarov. I think I got that right. Well, welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Come into the chat. Become a part of the family over here. We're getting ready to get off. I've been on here. I try to stay on here about an hour. So we're getting ready to leave the chat and come back again tomorrow. My dad gave my mom his check and she managed the money. She was a financial auditor. He never questioned my mom. And that's the best way to do it. Whoever can do the best with it need to handle that checkbook, okay? Did you sue him, Miss V? No, I just filed on the insurance. Made a claim. That's what I did. Manifest, I forgot to buy. I don't know what it is. Yes, it's correct. Thank you. Okay. Holistic, yes, to just he bought that motorcycle because the man on his job. They always following somebody. Hey, Annette, and welcome to Chatting with Ms. V. You coming on, and that I'm getting ready to get off. This is the last comment. My dad had never cashed his own check for 40 years, and when he retired and went to cash his check, they called security. Oh my goodness. My mom had cashed that check for 40 years. She must have been the best one to do it. And he let her. So that says a lot right there. Okay, I've been on here my hour. So good night to all my queens and kings. I will see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to try to wake up so I can come out at my usual time between 10 and 11, but I'm not going to guarantee that because I'm doping up again tonight with this medicine, trying to get rid of the cold and the pain. Such a wonderful topic. Appreciate you, Ms. V. Thank you, Manifest. And I appreciate you coming into the chat and each and every one of you. Good night to you, Lynette. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. May God be with you. Good night.